Hello everybody, my name is Professor Gatr and welcome back to the channel for another Pokemon video today. We've got something a little different. I want to do these intermittent videos. I don't want to just have the Let's Play games on the channel. I want to have some things different that I can just do differently on the channel. Got something in my eye. Just to kind of break things up for me, and I think these will be good. I think it's also good, like I can, like with these videos, like I'm also able to get my opinion out about a lot of like Pokemon games. Like I kind of talk about it in our videos and stuff, but I always get distracted because we're playing games, so like I never really get to talk about these games for long. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be going over every Pokemon game, main series Pokemon game that has been released, and I'm going to be ranking them today. So if you guys are excited for today's video, leave a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe. So, anyway, we've got 5 different tiers: S, A, B, C, and D. So, S being the highest, D being the lowest, and we will probably have a lot of them between. So this thing does not want to get out of the car. So yeah, we'll be starting from Gen 1 on, and then, yeah, so let's start. So we've got, let me see, red, blue, and yellow. These are the first 3 games. I've played all of these games. I think I've almost finished yellow, but I finished red and blue. I've played through these games. So how would I rate them? Gonna be completely honest, they're about C's. And that's just because the only reason that they are C's, I would even venture to put them in B, to be completely honest. Because they're just so, like the games themselves are just, like, they're basic games. Like, they're basic, like, 1990s video games, which I like. There's something nice to the simplicity. But the fact that they are so old, like they're so old and like everything's just changed so much since then, and the fact that but the fact that they started it all, I have to put them in B. For that reason, they started it all. I would put yellow in C, to be completely honest. I guess I would put it in B because there's like some things in yellow, yellow, red, and blue. I should probably increase so that you guys can see. Yeah, that's better. So yeah, I'm gonna put them in B. I've played through these games once each. I have the virtual copies of red, blue, and yellow. They're good games, but I definitely, they're nothing. I can't put them higher than B. You know, they're iconic because they're the first, but I can't put them in. So next up we've got gold, silver, as I rearrange these, and crystal. Now, gold, silver, and crystal are really, really good games. I play gold, I have silver and crystal on the virtual console. Gold's basically just an inverted crystal. What is this pad? I don't want this pad. Blocking out. I should have this one. It's just a stupid pad. I don't mean to put it out this far, but I guess we really don't have a choice. See, I like them. They're good games, especially they're fantastic follow-up games, fantastic sequels. But they rely, in my opinion, especially the Pokédex, relies heavily on Generation 1 Pokemon. And I'm not the biggest fan of that. I'm also not the biggest fan, and this is going to be a controversial comment, the level curve in these games, in my opinion, are the most wacky thing that I've ever seen. There is no wild Pokemon, like, with the exception of static encounters. I guess technically that's not true. The only place you can find Pokemon over level 40 in the wild is Mount Silver, which you cannot access until after defeating 8 gyms of Kanto. All the Pokemon in Kanto are all their original levels, which in my opinion hurts the game. And this is going to be something I'm going to bring up with Soul Silver and Heart Gold and Soul Silver. The fact that the wild Pokemon in Kanto are not at higher level cap, because this is a second region, hurts the game in my opinion. It hurts the game a lot. I love the gym, I love Johto, I love like the game itself, but there's one thing I cannot stand, and it's something I don't think gets brought up a lot. But the fact that the wild Pokemon in Kanto aren't a higher level to reflect where your team should be at that point in the game frustrates me to no end. And I think that, especially, the reason I say that's important is because there's such a big level gap between where the 8th gym leader is and Red. Now, this wouldn't be as big of a deal to me had there not been stuff. Well, I guess in these games, Red is more of a final if you actually do it. I guess that'll be something to talk about in remakes. But I just, and I love the Pokemon that came out of this. I just feel like, one, the things that hold it back are, one, its over-reliance on Generation 1 Pokemon, especially in Johto, and its weird leveling of wild Pokemon especially that doesn't allow for effective grinding in the game. So I'm going to go ahead, to be honest, Crystal gets put in C. Gold and Silver are better than Crystal in my opinion. One, because you can catch both legendary Pokemon in either copy. Crystal, there's so many Pokemon that you can't catch in Crystal, like Ampharos, which is messed up. So that's why it's in C. Alright, moving on. Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. And I guess we'll do Ruby and Sapphire, and then Fire Red, Leaf Green, and Emerald. Now, I've played Ruby and Sapphire. They were my first games. I have played those games to death. And I love Hoenn. Hoenn is probably my favorite region. Yes, Hoenn is my favorite region. There are so many good things. There's so many great characters. There's, like, the story, in my opinion, is one of the strongest. It's one of the most compelling. It's basic, but it's compelling. Whereas the sense of, like, you saving the Pokemon, or the Hoenn region, I think they do a really, really effective job with that with Team Aqua and Team Magma. I know a lot of people rip on them, oh, we want to expand land, no, we want all sea. But as a kid, you want to have those epic adventures. And I feel like when it comes to those big epic adventures, you don't really get that as much in the first 2 generations of games. I really feel like the big sense of adventure came from Ruby and Sapphire, where it's just, it's almost this larger-than-life story. Gold, Silver, Crystal, Red, Blue, and Yellow almost feel like, they're like everyday life. It's just, everyday life in this world. Whereas with Ruby and Sapphire, you feel like you're going on an adventure in those Gen 1 and 2 games. But it feels like with Ruby and Sapphire, you're going on a more epic adventure. So, and that's why. But there are also a lot of things that pull these games. Number one, all of the water HMs. When it comes to the last portion, when you're going to fight Team Aqua and Magma, you need a Pokemon specifically. If you don't want your Pokemon to know all HM moves, you need a Pokemon specifically for just the water HMs, which is it's very annoying. And I also feel like there's some other things about it. Like the gameplay is a little slow at some points, especially between I would say between gyms. I would say Gens 4 and gyms 4 through 6. I would say it's slow. The whole progression there is kind of slow. And like contests weren't really all that fantastic in Gen 3. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put them at the front of B because they're good games. I would give Sapphire the edge, to be completely honest, but that's because I'm biased. I can't do that with these games. Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, they're B tier. Fire Red and Leaf Green. I have had the fortunate opportunity to play these games on several occasions, mostly ROMs, and one time we had some friend of ours lent us Leaf Green, my siblings Leaf Green. They're good games. They're much better improvements of Red and Blue than other games we'll talk about here shortly. You know, you get the Sevi Isles, which is like this nice post-game edition that you can do. There's more Pokemon that you can catch. And like, I'm sure the levels are the same, but I just really enjoy Fire Red and Leaf Green. They're very, very warranted upgrades of Red and Blue. I mean, I'm trying to think really of anything bad with them. I mean, the fact that you can't really catch Mewtwo, like you have to go through this whole Sevi Island side quest is a little annoying, but like, they don't really hold that against these games. Like they're good games. So I'm gonna put them in A tier. They're gonna be the highest ranked games. Emerald. We're currently playing through Emerald. I do not have a opinion on Emerald. I have it so far from what I've seen. It's a great improvement over Ruby and Sapphire. I would love to put it in A tier, but I know I can't because I haven't played through it fully. And I'm gonna put Emerald in B tier, but I'm gonna put it at the top of B tier because I haven't played it fully, and I'm going to give it that chance. Now, we're moving on to Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, Platinum, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Okay, so Diamond and Pearl, in my opinion, are some of the weakest entries of any main series game. They're great games. They introduce great Pokemon, a great story, but the mechanics in Diamond and Pearl are, gosh, awful. Surface slow. Only 2 fire types in the whole Cinemax. A limited Pokedex to begin with. Tons of HMs everywhere, especially trying to get through Mount Cornet. Slow paddle animations and health bars. Just a slow pace, especially between gyms. I would say between gyms 3 through 6 are a trudge to try to get through. And it's because of the weird layout of the gyms in Diamond. There's so many good things to these games, and there's so many just wide things to these games. I'm going to put them in tier C. They're good games, but there's so many things that hold them back. Platinum, on the other hand, is how you do a game right. Platinum is such a fantastic game. I'm biased towards this, and I don't care. Platinum is one of the best Pokemon games to ever be released. It is a perfect upgrade to Diamond and Pearl. They took the criticism from Diamond and Pearl and fixed them almost completely in Platinum. Faster surfing, more expanded Pokedex, more fire types, a more fluid narrative to the story, additions with the Distortion World and the Battle Frontier, and, in my opinion, I talked about the gyms being weird, like a trudge to get to gyms 3 through 6 in Diamond and Pearl. It is still a little bit of a trudge to get through a couple of those gyms, gyms 4 through 6, but they fix it in a fantastic way, and how they do this is by making the Heart Home Gym, the third gym that you come across, the third gym, not the 5th gym like in Diamond and Pearl, which makes it so much more it fixes the, what's the word I'm looking for? The fluidity of the game. It makes it so much better. There's so much more Pokemon. There's so many new mechanics, so many new legendaries to find. You can find the legendary birds roaming, which is another thing entirely. I don't let roaming Pokemon. I cannot stand roaming Pokemon. There's just so many good aspects to Platinum that to be honest, Platinum's a S tier game. In my opinion, Platinum is an S tier game. It's fantastic. Now, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. These games are fantastic. Everybody knows it. They're not S tier games. And I talked about this a little bit in my Gold and Silver analysis. The level curve of the wild Pokemon not being a higher level as you progress further through the game, especially in Kanto, is a huge problem. Because especially in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, there's stuff after Red, whereas with Gold and Silver, there's really not. There's not really anything that happens after Red. Heart Gold and Soul Silver, there is. You get the Kanto started. You get the Hoenn started. You can... There's other stuff that happens once you defeat Red that doesn't happen before you defeat Red. And it is such a tedious... The highest level any of my Pokemon team has been after completing the 8th gym in Kanto, high 50s, over 55. Red's Pokemon are level 90. And the highest level Pokemon that you can find to grind against are level 41. Do you see my issue? I like completing the game to its fullest. When I can't do that, because I don't want to spend 20 hours grinding, it makes me a little... What's the word I'm looking for? Peeved. And I feel like in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they had the opportunity to make all the wild Pokemon in Kanto a higher level, and they didn't do it. They didn't even make the level, I'm gonna be completely honest, the level curve in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gold, and Silver is one of the worst in my opinion. I'm not kidding you. It is one of the worst. All other Pokemon games, your Pokemon are high level 40s, early level 50s when you enter the Elite Four. You're lucky if your whole team is level 39 by the time you finish the 8th gym in Gold, Silver, Heart Gold, Soul Silver. When there's that, there's an issue. So unless you're steamrolling everything with your starter, like I don't do, it just makes it hard. So I like these games. They're fun. They're fantastic games. They improve so much on the base games, but I can't rank them at the top. They're not top tier games. Platinum is a top tier game. Those games. Now moving on to even more controversial opinion. Black and White, S tier games. And I'm gonna say this. I'm already gonna do this too. Black 2 and White 2. S tier games. Now you're probably saying, Professor Gator, you're out of your mind. There's no way Black and White, Black 2 and White 2 are S tier games. And I would say you're potentially right for Black and White. I would put them in A tier. Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, in my opinion, have the best story out of any Pokemon game to date. There is no comparison. Black and White and Black 2 and White 2, they're just the best. The fact that they did the continuation story into Black 2 and White 2 is absolutely fantastic. It answers so much more about the Unova region in Black and White 2 that we had questions about Black and White. We get the characters in Black and White are so much more expressive, not expressive I should say, but they're so much more developed. Even the gym leaders are super developed. Your rivals are super developed. Team Plasma, it's, in my opinion, the only evil team that you can sort of be like, huh, I kind of get. I mean, Getsis is an absolute madman, but especially Ends Cause in Black and White, like, okay, like, I could see why you would think this. Like, there's an understanding of why they're doing what they're doing. A lot of people like to harp on the Pokemon in these games, too. Yes, some of the designs are not the best. But there's so many good Pokemon to come out of the Unova region that I can't put them any lower because of vanilla, saying Klinklang, and some reason people say Emboar. Emboar is, in my opinion, one of the best design starters of all time. I can't knock it down any lower. Black 2 and White 2 just expand on the story. They give us new areas, new characters. They develop old characters that were in Black and White. There's so, like, the memory link in Black 2 and White 2, in my opinion, is one of the most underrated features from Generation 5. And then you've got, like, the PWT and the Black Tower and White Tree Hollow. Like, there's so many good things about these games, and they're getting more love as time goes on, and I'm happy to see that. But anybody who says that the Kanto games are better than the Unova games, sorry, no, you don't know what you're doing. Unova is the superior. Black 2, White 2, Black 2, White 2 are far superior to any Kanto games. I'm sorry, bar none. So, after my little shill for Black and White rant, because I'm a shill, I am for Black 2, White 2, Black and White. I love those games to death. So anyway, next games, X and Y, they're B tier. Mega Evolution is fantastic. Is a fantastic mechanic. It's my favorite new mechanic to come out of the new games. Characters are kind of meh. In my opinion, the story is kind of meh. What else can I say? It's just kind of a meh game. And, you know, great Pokedex in my opinion. Friend Safari is a cool thing. Wonder Trade's always fun. But the post-game of X and Y is lacking. That's super obvious. We should have had a Pokemon Z version to expand on the Kalos region. I think the Kalos region really needs it. But yeah, X and Y have not aged super well. Time has not been kind. Alright, next up, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. My opinion, these are better remakes than Fire Red and Leaf. There's so much to do in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. First off, I will say that they don't really have any new post-game areas in these games, because Ruby and Sapphire really didn't, and I think that holds them back too. But where these games ORS succeeds is its post-game story, its updates to the Hoenn region that fit within the Gen 6 mechanics, there's so many things, like the legendaries that you can encounter, the Hooba legendary rings that you can encounter throughout the game after defeating the main game. the new character designs, and so many good things. There's just so many good things. The new Mega Evolutions. Some of my favorite Mega Evolutions of all time are in this game. Like a Salamence, like a Swampert. Who's the other? What are the other Mega? I don't know. I have a always have a soft spot for Mega Ukulele. Mega Sapphire. So many good Pokemon to come out of it. It's so many good things to come out of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire that they're good games. HMs are a problem as always, and you know, some of the chibi characters, you know, I wish focused a little more on them so they didn't always have that same expression in every cutscene, but that's just a limitation of the 3DS, I'm sure. Sun and Moon. Sorry, these games are... They're good games. They do a lot. I enjoy Sun and Moon. They're just far inferior to the next games. And I'm going to talk about these games. Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon and Pokemon Sun and Moon. I played Pokemon Moon to death when it came out. I spent hours shiny hunting, EV training, all kinds of things. Battle Tree, you name it. Anything that was in Sun and Moon, I spent hours doing. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon expand the story of Sun and Moon in such a fantastic way that it's almost like a Platinum, but Platinum just is so much better than Diamond and Pearl. Whereas Ultra Sun and Moon, you still have some of the same issues that you have in Sun and Moon. Mainly, in my opinion, Aether Foundation was done better in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon as opposed to Sun and Moon. Team Skull was also done better in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon compared to Sun and Moon. The Ultra missions in Sun and Moon were not my favorite, or the Ultra Beast missions in Sun and Moon were not my favorite. Ultra Ride in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is so much more fun to try and find the Ultra Beast. You will encounter the legendaries again in the new generation. What else is in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon? There's so much. New Pokemon added to the Alola Pokedex. You know, expansions to characters that were in Sun and Moon. Like, they just did a fantastic job. And I enjoyed playing through Ultra Sun. I really do. They're fantastic games. Also, fun fact about Sun and Moon: there are only two special attacking water types, if I'm not mistaken. Starmie and Popplio. All other water type Pokemon in Gen 7, especially Sun and Moon, physical attack. That's just something I notice kind of annoying to them. Alright, let's go Eevee and let's go Pikachu! They're B. They're B tier. They're not, you know, it's Kanto. You know, I don't like Trace. Nobody likes Trace, the rival. But, you know, it's a good reintroduction to Kanto. I mean, the first time that we're playing through Kanto since 2004. So it would have been like 12, 13 years. No, 14 years. Almost 15, geez. I guess 15 technically. We cannot do this, unfortunately. Yeah, no, these games they're fine. Shiny hunting in them is fun. I always enjoy shiny hunting. Their aspect of Pokemon Go was kind of neat. It's a little tedious at some points. But yeah, they're not awful games. I recommend them. I mean, definitely don't pay full price for them, but if you can get them, I would say no to getting them. Now we come down to the last two games I don't want to talk about. Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield. They're C. Sword and Shield are C tier. If I wasn't being kind, it'd be here. Sword and Shield are the worst main gen Pokemon games. Period. In terms of overall, the graphics and stuff are better than ever for the most part. There is, the Pokedex is, each of the new Pokemon are very... Oh, I forgot to mention this with Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Sun and Moon. Alola forms are fantastic. They're great additions to the game. Love them. Regional variants, fantastic. Regional variants in these games, fantastic. I love the regional variants. What I cannot stand is the boring story and map of Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield story, I'm sorry, is the most boring story that I've ever played. And to be completely honest with you, I can't put Sun and Moon in the same tier as these games. Because Sun and Moon are actually better. They have a better story than Sword and Shield does. Even with the DLC. The fact that we needed DLC, this is the first time we've ever had paid DLC for Pokemon. Did I still get it? Absolutely. Did I enjoy it? Sure. But it wasn't anything that we couldn't have had in the base game. Like, oh my gosh, this is breathtaking new opportunities for this DLC. Characters, extremely weak. Leon he may be a strong champion, but he's the worst champion in any game. Not sorry to say that. Pop is probably the worst rival. I like Marty, but everybody likes Marty. Dynamaxing, Gigantamax. I hate being negative on these games because I did enjoy some of them. The aspects I enjoy, the new Pokemon, the regional variants, and wild area is nice, I guess. I hate being negative, I really do. But these games are just so bad. Like, they're not even good. They're not good. I enjoy games for a story. At least with like the games that have almost no story, like at least it's consistent. And I can't even do Diamond and Pearl have such a great story. Diamond and Pearl story is a good story too. Crystals is... I'm sorry, I have to move these up. No, I hate doing this. I hate being on the Sword and Shield hate bandwagon. I really do. But I'm sorry, they're just so bad. I love Pokemon. I love the Pokemon that are introduced. I love the Pokemon Journeys anime that's supposed to be taking place in tandem with Sword and Shield. There's so many good things to come out of it. There's so many just bad things to come out of it. I don't care about the graphics. I don't really care about the reuse animation. Am I a little ticked off about the National Pokedex? Sure. But Chairman Rose was the weakest team leader, evil team leader. I'm sorry, I hate Piers. I don't hate Piers. I find him very annoying. I think he's one of the most whiny and annoying characters. I won't take that back. And Ice Cube. I talked about this in my insurance review that Ice Cube is in. I can't stand Ice Cube. I hate talking about it, I really do. So I'm not going to talk anymore. These are my final rankings of the Pokemon games. I hate talking about any Pokemon games at all. I hate talking about it. And I like focusing on the positives of all Pokemon games. But, and I really hope that I got that across. Like if you realize, like, these are my gripes, the level curve in Silver and Heart Gold Silver. I don't care about it, to be completely honest. It's something that annoys me when I play the games, but I don't sit up every night thinking, oh, these games are just so awful. You know, tons of HM moves, especially in Gen 3 and Gen 4 and remakes of Gen 3. Sure, they can get a little annoying, or they hurt the overall experience. 2 fire types in Sinnoh and Diamond and Pearl. Do they hurt the experience? Absolutely not. If I really want a fire type, I'll start out with Inferni. But there's so many things in Sword and Shield that I just, like, when I tell you I haven't played Sword and Shield in 6 months, that's the truth. I played pretty much all of these Pokemon games in the span of 6 months. Haven't touched these. And I'm hoping the new games blow my mind away, so that way I can find new stuff that I can enjoy playing, and I don't have to worry about complaining about stuff that I don't like, because I enjoy playing stuff that I like. So, anyway, this is our tier list for these games. I hope I didn't brag on Sword and Shield too long. I'll probably regret that, because there are a lot of people that like these games. But yeah, let me know what your ranking of the games in the comment section down below. Like this video if you did enjoy this tier list. We'll probably do these once a week on Wednesdays, because it's Surgeon Spring. That's okay. And then Emerald will be on Mondays and Fridays, and then we have Saturdays our Journeys reviews. So be sure to check out those videos. Make sure you're checking out our Emerald Nuzlocke Challenge. We're at Mulville City right now, so yeah, make sure you check that out. Yeah, so that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all did enjoy, and I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all next time.